In hindsight, 2020 will be remembered in the U.S. for the devastating pandemic, crippling unemployment, and unprecedented political myopia.
Looks like pronghorn antelope poop on cow poop.
Climatologically, the Atlantic hurricane season exceeded records, with 30 named storms, 12 of which landed on the continental U.S. The western U.S. endured the most active wildfire year on record, and the global average annual temperature was the second warmest on record and the fifth warmest on record in the U.S. For bands of storm chasers trying to escape it all, 2020 was... How's that for a monster? On Easter Sunday, a large, extremely dangerous, long-tracking tornado was underway in Mississippi. Doppler radar revealed an impressive supercell, well-defined hook echo, and distinct lofted debris signature. But up close, vague walls of gray, shrouding rain curtains, and a veil of tall trees obscured a hell on earth.
It's right next to me.
This tornado grew to 2.25 miles wide, the third widest tornado ever documented. Along a 68-mile damage path, it debarked and leveled entire forests. Cars and trucks were thrown hundreds of yards, mangled beyond recognition. Many homes and businesses were destroyed, some completely leveled and swept away, including some well-built brick and concrete structures. With estimated wind speeds up to 190 miles per hour, this tornado earned an EF4 rating. Following closely behind, another large, powerful tornado is in progress.
Turn around and go back. There's another tornado.
I can track it for you from right here.
Where's it at?
Right now, it's north of Soso.
Right here where we're at?
Yes, and I'll track it with you and tell you where it is.
Tell you what, just pull over a little bit and block that entrance right there.
Copy that.
Seven days later, another significant tornado risk targeted Mississippi.
Wide tornado.
Chasing over the previous week's damage paths compounded the danger.
More tornado damage. It's everywhere. Is there anything in there?
This intensifying high precipitation storm brought darkness early, along with a barrage of powerful positive ground flashes.
High frequency lightning activity, and these are the big ones. These are the big daddies.
Not only do positive ground flashes look different, they often sound different. The thunder from these megabolts hits you like the shockwave of an explosion.
Come on, we gotta run away. Run away, run away, run away.
Deeply embedded in rain, an unseeable, mile-wide tornado raced 54 miles across the state at a ground speed of 55 miles per hour.
Can you see anything in there? No.
At its peak intensity, the EF4 demolished two well-constructed homes, leaving clean slabs in its wake.
No idea how deep that is. It's like a ghost town.
On April 22nd, a low precipitation supercell approaching Madill, Oklahoma, set the stage for this highly visible tornado.
May have to run away.
Right out the gate, it earned EF2 status, snapping power poles and flinging trees.
Here it comes. That's close.
large section of this warehouse was demolished. And under the rainbow, 2 mobile homes were completely destroyed.
Might be as far as I can go. Wow.
Back home in Houston, a typical squall line provided an extremely rare capture. Beautiful anvil crawler lightning was scampering across the sky. While one dramatic burst was decaying, a separate flash brought its leaders within the vicinity. This attracted new leader development to reach out of the lingering channel, and the two connected. Lightning striking lightning. What is it that motivates ants to work so dang hard? It's got to be the queen, right? I just gave the harvester ants here an M&M, and I imagined a hard worker who's been laboring his whole life to win sweet favor of the queen, approaching her and saying, "Behold, your highness, I bring you golden chocolate." But it might have backfired because they took the peanut and clogged the hole with it. On May 4th, another blitzkrieg of positive ground flashes hammered the earth in northeast Oklahoma. Been here, I was here in this same spot last year. I was chasing the exact same storm. This time, the tornado reports were negative. In strong contrast to 2019, chaseable storms in Tornado Alley this May favored linear modes. Though often ominous and photogenic, lines or squalls are much less efficient at producing violent tornadoes, but they're highly proficient at summoning horizontally extensive lightning.
Nice.
The storm mode, responsible for the majority of the world's violent tornadoes, are supercells. But in May 2020, even supercells were struggling.
Brief spin up.
You could argue this is a tornado, but it's hardly a violent rotating column of air.
That's a gnarly storm. Hang on. Hey, I see you. How's that for a monster?
Underneath the leading edge of squall lines, eerie but harmless turbulence often looms overhead. Summoned by cool rains.
Where are you going? You're flopping all over.
Checkered garter snakes prowled the dangerous highways for frogs and toads. After an active April of mostly non-photogenic rain-wrapped tornadoes, May wrapped up with tornado reports well below average.
You guys think of 2020?
You'd think a lack of tornadoes would make chasing storms less dangerous. On my way home, here's an 18-wheeler trying to shove me off the interstate. Here comes a speeding crackhead, hell-bent on smashing into me. And here's a genius speeding down the wrong side of the interstate. After a couple months of pursuing the weird weather patterns, I took a few days off to unwind with friends in my backyard. Since the pandemic hit, this has been my social interaction. Say hello to Jose and Hose B. This is Pothead. This chubby girl is Ziggy, and her beauty competition is Abby. And this hog is my BFF. I call him the Dude. The Dude loves to sit on my knee while I dig up yummy treats for him. These anoles are the ultimate exterminators. If you're a bug in my yard, you better hit the road, or else. Here's an irresistible, pretty good sized cockroach. Oh, here comes everybody. Come get it. Oh, look at you. Oh, stolen by the little girl. A lot of CGs in there. On June 7th, a mean supercell bombarded South Dakota with negative ground flashes. That is a funnel cloud right there, I think. A photogenic tornado appeared to be in the works. Instead, chases were treated to the world's puniest funnel cloud.
What do you think? Amazing. This is so cool. I need to buy a wide angle lens because I can't get all this in one shot.
This has got a very good chance of producing a tornado, but if it doesn't do it fast, it's going to get blown apart, and that'll be the end of that show. Oh, that's a tornado. It's a very weak tornado. I'm going to run to the edge of that hill. Right. Got that one. Boom! Big Sprite right there.
Just like May, June had a deficit of chaseable supercells and a surplus of linear, high precipitation storm modes.
Come here. Good boy. Who are you?
What do you think of that, huh?
Many promising storms dropped tiny, laughable dangly bits, and it was beginning to feel like the chances of documenting photogenic tornadoes was just a stovepipe dream. In late June, I met up with our scientific field operations team, optimistic they would usher in some better luck. On our first chase, another squall in Illinois was nothing to write home about. But the fireflies that evening brightened up our spirits. In Montana, a promising supercell was developing right before us. But quickly grew upscale into a high precipitation squall line.
I like my new friend, guys. Dr. Anton had a flat, and it's a long story.
So, Skip,
Yeah.
how's 2020 been for you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna come out of it. If I'm gonna be like a raging alcoholic, or I'm gonna be a recluse, or I'm gonna take up basket weaving or bungee jumping. I don't know.
Refusing to give up, in July, we continued to target the wide open spaces of the northern high plains. In the low population density and vacant roads, there's nothing to stop you from catching your storm. On July 4th in South Dakota, a cluster of storms appeared to be growing into a line segment. However, while marveling nature's fireworks, a strong supercell organized, producing an EF2 tornado.
Some crazy inbound outbounds on that loop.
Impossible to see through the heavy rains.
That wasn't me.
The following day, I threw in the towel and started the long, defeated commute back to Texas. Along the way, I got to chat with a couple police officers in Kansas.
So look, I wrote you a ticket for 12 over.
Guilty as charged, officer. You be careful.
Appreciate it, sir. Hey, have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
What do you think of 2020, dude?
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah? What do you think?
Pretty abysmal. It's complete garbage.
The day after I arrived back home, Melanie Metz was documenting the tornado of the year in Minnesota. In 2020, 1,075 confirmed tornadoes have been tallied in the U.S. Though it was the worst year in regards to photogenic tornadoes that many chasers can recall, most of us were still grateful for the opportunity to marvel the monster storms, the lightning, the scenery, and whatnot.
Hi. Oh, so g'day.
So, dude, how does it feel not being able to be in America right now?
I miss my friends. I miss seeing you out there, missing being up with Mike and all the friends out there. Meeting your friends is just, I think, the best part out there. I miss my car. I miss the adventure.
Yeah. Tell you what, man, it doesn't feel quite like tornado season without your RAV4 in my shot every other day.
Or your RAV4 in my shot. Who's following you, Hank?
Right.
Though I drove roughly 30,000 miles up and down Tornado Alley, some of my favorite moments were in my hometown. Often on a quest for beauty, you don't have to look further. You just have to look deeper. Till next time, friends. Happy trails.